Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm Cyrus Webb. Glad you all can be with us. For those tuning in on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and X, glad to connect with our friends over there on IG. There they are. We got our friends on IG with us too. Now we're about to connect with our friends on Amazon. And this is very special today because we have a returning guest, but she's talking about a brand new book that is out. It's already a top 100 bestseller on Amazon. And we're live on Amazon with Cyrus Webb Presents. Glad you all can be with us. If you guys are new to us on Amazon, welcome. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button either here in this corner or down below. You also will see the books by our next guest. We're excited to welcome back best-selling and awarding author, that being Teresa A. Smith. You guys know her as Dr. Taz. She's also a media personality, the co-host of the Author's Den that's here on Amazon Live, as well as a motivational speaker. We're going to talk to her about her brand new book. I'm going to show you guys the book here. It's the Kindle edition, is out now. As you guys can see, their transformation, how Mama's wisdom unlocked the secrets to success. I've heard Taz calls it Mama Says. We're going to talk more about that, but also what it's been like for her to see the early response to the book. And she had a special interview with her mother about it as well. Taz, welcome back to the broadcast.
Thank you so much for having me, Cyrus.
Well, look, so excited to have you on with us. Zen Zone, hello to you over there on IG. Hello to you, Marva Riley. Good to be able to see you, Marva. Congratulations on your growth on YouTube. I saw the post, Marva. Congratulations. So a lot of congratulations around here today, Taz. I'm excited to be able to speak with you about the new book. How does it feel to finally have the new book out for the world to be able to read?
Cyrus, it is called Freedom. Freedom. I have been working on that book for 14 years. And to finally have it out, I feel like a weight has been lifted off of me, really.
Wow. So I want to talk about this, Taz, because I have to say, when you first showed me the cover for the book, and it's a beautiful cover, I was really surprised it had transformation, how Mama's wisdom unlocks the secrets to success. How does it fall in the series? For those who've read Transformation and the Bounce Back, how does it fall in the transformation saga that you've created?
Thank you, Cyrus. It's a wraparound. Now,
Okay.
my first book was Stronger. If you look at the book cover for Mama Said, which is what I refer to the book, you will see a butterfly. And the butterfly on the spine has Stronger. And I often think about the progression of my work. I said to Mom in the interview, I said, did you ever think that I was going to get Mama Said written? And she said, because I grew up with this, you have to be a person of your word. And she said, you said you were going to do it. So I knew you were going to do it because I did Stronger. But Mama and Stronger came out in 2017, but we had been working on Mama Said. And Mama Said is one of the precursors to Stronger, in that I grew up hearing my mama say it, which are the wisdom sayings that my grandmother left with my mother before she died. And so I could not be stronger without Mama Said. So when we talk about the progression, there's Mama Said, and I put transformation there because it led to the transformation. Even when I was working and dealing with Stronger, which I deal with it every day, and I'm that butterfly, I'm transforming because the butterfly transforms. So therefore, when I was naming the book, I just couldn't say, how Mama's wisdom unlocks the secrets to success. No, it's transformation, how the wisdom unlocks the secrets to success. And I'll tell you, Cyrus, for me at this moment, I'm saying Mama Said. But when I talk about Mama Said and the unlocking, it's not just individual success, it's global success, whether it's your job, whether it's your relationships. And if we think about it, everything is about transformation, because if we stay the same, then we're stagnant. So therefore, to me, it's just a perfect fit with the transformation brand.
Yeah. Well, it is definitely taking off the time we're having this conversation, Ties. It is number 11 on the bestsellers list right now. Under, what is this? Under or new releases and 2-hour parenting relationship short reads. So congratulations
Thank you,
to you. And this is one of those books too. I know, because I, was reading it and I thought to myself, we all have that person. For me, it was my grandmother, who, was able to share pieces of wisdom. So I can actually, when I started reading it, now initially, like I said, when I saw the cover, I didn't have anything to connect it with. But but you bring up an interesting point, and I hope our audience caught that. You grew up hearing Mama said, but you had to make a decision to listen and to apply it. Talk to us about what that's been like for you to know that the words of someone you've never met, how they've impacted your life, Taz.
Cyrus, yesterday was release day, guys, but I cried all day. I woke up crying, and it was that ugly cry, as Oprah said, because not only was I crying, every now and then I'd be hollering. I'm from the South. I'd be screaming. And I just could not figure out why. And then there was something bothering me. I do know what's bothering me, but then I went back to Mama Said, because I'm working on another project. And when I looked at how I incorporate a different Mama Said into that project, I thought, okay, the wisdom that she left is still here and is still relevant. And so for me, I can't get away from it because it's a part of my DNA. And it was what really began to bring me back from that space that I was sitting in, because her wisdom told me it won't be like that always, Teresa. But you got to do some work. So that meant I got to hear it. I got to process it. Then I got to internalize it. And then I got to get to work about solving whatever the issue is.
Yeah. Yeah. And so for you, then, you now have become that person for others, Taz. What has that role been like for you to embrace? Being that wise voice, being that individual to help, to guide individuals, but also to encourage others.
Cyrus, I have been doing this all my life. I can remember being in the fourth grade, and one of my classmates, I've told this story before, her parents were divorcing, and she was a female, and she went to live with her father. And if you think about it, this is a couple of decades back, guys. That was not something that you were seeing at that time. But I remember talking with her about what was happening, and it was just always a natural fit for me. But what I didn't realize then was I was pulling from the Mama Said, because I was being basically indoctrinated, and it was coming out in my own way, but I didn't understand it. So now that it's almost like a full circle, I've come full circle, and I understand why I have been able to do what I do. I'll meet people in the grocery store line, and next thing you know, I'm Mama saying to them. I'm not saying Mama saying, but I'm giving them wise counsel. And that's the way it's always been. But at this point in my life, to now begin to put the puzzle pieces together, it's like, what a legacy my grandmother left me. And I'm just so appreciative that she did that. Because someone said, I was interviewing, I think it was Chris Collier, and he stated that, I'm going to paraphrase, that our purpose is not for us, it's for someone else. So to think that my grandmother told my mama, do this, da 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 da, she then told me. And now that has become a part of my purpose and my message, and how I have counseled people my whole life. It's like, who could do that but God?
Yeah. Yeah, such a great point. Money Fat, hello to you. Good to be able to see you over there on IG. It brings up, I'm going to read something, because I want to kind of walk our audience through, Ties, what they can expect with the book. So I have mine open, my Kindle on my PC. And again, for those who are just joining us, to see you guys over there on Amazon, you all are watching Cyrus Webb Presents. We're speaking with Dr. Teresa A. Smith, a.k.a. Dr. Taz, about her brand new book, Transformation, How Mama's Wisdom Unlocks the Secrets to Success. Mama said, as you heard her say, she called it there. It's here. So, everyone knows I love pizza, Taz. So this one definitely struck me. Don't walk off and leave your pizza. I'm not going to read the story, but I love the fact how you're able to share these vignettes, Taz, and then you're able to share with your Gleam recaps in this. Talk to us about how you decided you wanted to present not only your grandmother's words, but also add Dr. Taz to the mix and share those lessons.
Cyrus, it was a natural progression. I've been working on this book a long time, guys. And so I wanted to keep grandma's words exactly as she said them, or as my mother remembered them. And before I published the book, I'm like, Mama, look at them one more time, make sure that's exactly what it's supposed to say. She had me to make some corrections. But I had started writing the vignettes. But, over time, I'm like, these vignettes are just not, they don't make the lesson as clear as it needs to be for for the 21st century. And so I was like, let me retool them. And so I went about retooling them because this book is a part of the transformation series. I'm always providing the Gleam recap. And then I've got the reflect and connect, because for me, they are part. I want you to get the story. I just had a thought about something. I want you to get the story, but then I want you to see how it impacts you, first of all. And then that's the Gleam recap. Oh, so that's what that's about. Now, how do I apply that to my life so that I can move forward? And as I tell folks, these stories, my mother said to me, can you leave both of the stories in it? Because I had done a revision. I'm like, Mom, I can only have one story. She's like, well, then go with the new story. I'm like, okay, Mama. But the thing is that I crafted one story. I could have crafted 1,000 stories that are either personal, individual, personal, or relationship. And there's many levels of relationship. There's familiar, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, or business. Because I almost look at the vignettes as a parable, because you can apply the lessons, Cyrus, to all aspects of your life. And so, because transformation, I'm all about transformation. Therefore, it's like, how do I keep the person constantly applying this information and not just reading the stories? Because the vignettes are cute, they're interesting, but not just reading them for pleasure.
Right. Yeah, because that one again about the pizza was really one very practical. But as you brought out in the Glean recap and in your Taz moment, is that there's some great lessons for that. I'm always looking for that too. Oprah talks about that too, looking at life as a class, seeing what can you learn instead of thinking about why did this happen to me. Think about what can you learn from this experience, and what were you supposed to learn from this. And I think that perspective not only changes the way you look at situations, but also gives you an opportunity to grow from it. So I'm curious, now that the book is officially out and out for the world to read, what did Taz get from the book now that she did not know she was going to get from it when she was writing it?
Now, Cyrus, I was talking to Mama. The day is Wednesday. I was talking to Mama on Monday night, and I said to her, I said, Mama, your book's coming out in an hour and 20 minutes. So we were up late talking. And had been on the phone about 2 hours at that point.
Whoa.
Yes, guys. And I said to her, I said, Mama, every time I write a book, I wound up living this book. So when you ask the question, what am I to get out of it, Cyrus? Yesterday, when I was crying all day, I'm like, Lord, I'm living Mama said. And I thought, now, Teresa, you living this one too. And it didn't take long. But what I realized is it was okay to cry, first of all.
Yeah.
But it also was reassuring to me that the lessons that have helped to sustain me all these years could still turn around even after I've written that book and still sustain me. Because I thought about some of the things that I'd written. I thought, okay, young lady, pull yourself together. It's your little red wagon. You're going to push it, you're going to pull it. It's like, you can't pull it up the hill, so get it together. And I began to slowly make that change. So for me, it's a living, breathing document that continues to feed me every day of my life. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
We all have heard the saying, Taz, every day is not sunshine and roses. And Mama said, you say, every day is not sweet tea and sunshine. Yeah. What do you do when the sweet tea is not sweet? I think that's the other side of this. What do you, or how has Mama said helped you in dealing with those days that things are not the way you would want them to be?
Cyrus, I've said previously that it's okay to feel your emotions or to wallow for a little while, but you can't stay there. And so for me, it's the Mama says that keeps me from sitting there, because I'm telling you, it was no sweet tea yesterday. So I could have just sat there and been crying for the last 48 hours straight. But it was like, okay, experience what you're experiencing, which I did. And then I'm like, now why are you experiencing this? I'm like, I don't know. But then it's like, I do know. And so then, by the end of the night, because I was working, guys, I was working. By the end of the night, it was like, okay, you've waddled in this enough. You know what the issue is. What would mama say? Meaning, what would my grandmother say? Or my mother say? What would they say? They would say, you know what the issue is, take care of it. And so that mind shift, I think sometimes it's almost like flipping the hourglass.
Yeah.
The sand, because it's falling, guys. It's falling. And it's like, I'm feeling everything. But then I got to flip it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I let the sand completely drain out that way, then I've settled. I've stayed in that spot too long. So I flip it. And that's what I do. Is it easy to do all the time, Cyrus? No. Do I do it within a certain time period all the time? No. But I try not to pick that cross back up the next day and carry it. Because if I do, then I'm getting stuck in a routine and I can't be stuck. That's not who we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be learning and growing. And that's the way I see it. And that's how I make it every day.
Yeah. You said something in the book, and I started noticing a theme, Taz, and I'm curious as to you have noticed it. In this particular Taz moment, you say sometimes the truth is a storm, and sometimes it's a sunrise. However, it's always a turning point. Be ready to face it when it comes. The idea of truth comes up a lot in this book. Did you notice that when you were compiling it?
No, but Cyrus, it would make sense. Truth can be, they used to say truth can set you free. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if it's going to set you free, but I know it can be ugly. Yeah. It's not always pretty. Mm-hmm. And I'm a very transparent person. Mm-hmm. It's not always easy to accept the truth.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah. But if you want to grow, you got to accept it. So It's not, I didn't realize I was writing that, but it makes sense. And I struggle like other people with it, but I probably don't struggle as hard as other people do because I own who I am, the good, bad, and the ugly. And at this point in my life, I'm sorry if you don't like what you may consider the ugly. I consider that the strong point. Meaning because I don't do something that you want me to do, or I don't respond the way that you want me to respond. That's your problem. I'm going to do it the way that I want to do it. I was vice president for my AKA chapter. And at the time, and I say this all the time, so let me say it publicly now. And the person that I was vice president for, she made a statement once, and I loved it. And I say it all the time. She said to someone who had something that they were concerned about, she said, I'm president, and I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. When you are president, you do it the way you want to do it. And I have never forgotten Claire Faye saying that because it made an impression on me because I was much younger. She's an older woman, and I heard her. So, it's not always easy to deal with the truth, but I got to deal with my truth. Now, you may not want to deal with my truth, and that's fine because you don't have to. But I have to, you see, because I have to sleep. I have to get up, and I have to be motivated to do what I have to do. And as it relates to my audience, I can't deny something and then come out here and talk about you need to do this or you should this. No, that means I'm a hypocrite. And I grew up in the church, and so I grew up hearing about the hypocrites. So no, I don't want to be that. I want to be an authentic person, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so that's the reason why it's like, no, you have to move. You can't get stuck.
Yeah. Such a great thing. Such a great reminder. Sarge Ford Academy, good to be able to see you over there on Instagram. Glad you could be it. For those of you joining us on Amazon, appreciate you guys. Hope you guys are getting Dr. Taz's newest book. I'm going to highlight again in the carousel for you guys. You all can see it there. If you guys came in late and you missed a showing off the cover, the Kindle edition is out now. Transformation: How Mama's Wisdom Unlocks the Secrets to Success. It's out now for $5.99. It's already an Amazon bestseller. As Dr. Taz and I were talking, currently it's number 11 on the bestsellers list right now. Taz, you have been a bestseller now, several books. Your book I have here, I'm going to highlight in our carousel, is a book that started out stronger, just won an award last year. And then, of course, you have your program, Talk with Taz. What has it been like for you, not only through words, Taz, but also through your own show, to be able to share these vignettes, but also to share your wisdom and experience?
Oh, Cyrus, it's such an honor that it's such an honor to be able to share my experiences, but to have a platform where I can share other people's experiences. No man is an island, and
Yeah.
each person, we all have such rich lives and rich lessons that
Mhm.
we can share and other people can learn from. I saw a movie once because I know you like movie references, but I know who was in the movie, but I can't figure out what it was. It could have been a TV show.
Mhm.
And I think the guy would say, I try anything once. But the thing is, you shouldn't have to experience everything in life.
Yeah.
Some things we can learn so that we can sidestep it, and we may still experience it, but we won't experience it full force. And so to have a platform that allows me to share other people's stories so that other individuals can be enriched, I just look at that as such an honor. Because when I think about when I would watch Oprah Winfrey when I was in college and other talk shows and things like that, it was always amazing the information that I would gather and how it would then impact me. And so now having a show that allows me to be that vehicle for other people is just such a humbling place to be.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited about what's to come. Now that the Kindle edition of the book is out, I know you have your show Transform with Taz. You also have your show Taz and Anjaya that you do with your sister. What else are you looking forward to as we go throughout the rest of this month, Taz?
Oh, well, just this month, Cyrus. Okay, let me slow my mind down. This month. Oh, the month of February, this month. Well, Cyrus, I will be finalizing the paper edition of Mama Said.
Okay.
So that will be coming out soon. Of course, I told Anjay, I said, "Now we're gonna have to talk about some of these Mama Said because she, of course, got them, but she's heard ones that I haven't heard because we've been talking about that." So I
Mm.
told her, I said, "Yeah, we need to massage this some on our show." And again, Sarge, I'll be still promoting Mama Said and sharing that with the world and
Mm.
sharing other little clips with me and Mama talking about her mother and how important Mama Said was to me. And so I got maybe a few other little surprises coming, Cyrus, for this month.
All right. What gives us something to look forward to. Again, everyone, Dr. Teresa A. Smith, aka Dr. Taz, has been with us talking with us about her brand new book, again, Transformation, How Mama's Wisdom Unlocks the Secrets to Success. You can get the Kindle edition out right now. It is an Amazon bestseller. Make sure you guys do pick that up. Taz, let our audience know, how can they stay connected with you?
Thank you, Cyrus, and thank you to everyone who's already purchased the Kindle edition. It means so much to me. And I think it would mean a lot to my grandmother too. And it
Mm.
certainly means a lot to my mom. I keep telling her, and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yes, Mama." So thank you, everybody. The best way to stay in touch with me is if you're a person that's on IG, follow me on IG, Dr. Teresa Smith, and my Linktree bio is there. If you're not a person on IG, you can go to my website, which is askdrtas.com, askdrtas.com, and you can send me a message through there, and I'll get back with you.
All right, Taz, congratulations to you. Really
Sorry.
excited for you, excited about being able to talk to you more about the book and looking forward to our next chat together.
Thank you so much, Cyrus, for having me.
More than welcome. That time flew by too. We thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.